Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Hector, DJ CO1, your host for Throwback Radio, part of the Club Killers crew, music director and DJ for the Raiders. And today I'm gonna show you what's in my DJ bag. In my case, DJ bags. Oh. Just throw it in the bag. Okay everybody, so here's the scoop. I'm gonna show you guys both of my bags. The first bag is my regular gig bag. I'm a big Toomey fan. I'm not shouting anybody out in particular, but I'm a fan of this bag because it can hold up with everything that I carry. You guys see everything that's on the table. Most importantly, I love these bags because they have a secret magnetic compartment. And I have all my notes here. It's important to have notes when you're at gigs. So I'll put this bag down and I'm excited to show you everything that I carry with me. And this is literally for every type of gig that I do, whether it's a corporate event, a pool party, a wedding, anything of those sorts. And I'm gonna start over on this far end. Most importantly for me is I need to be able to see, so I carry my sunglasses, my sunglass clip for my prescription glasses, and that's truly the most important thing in this whole bag. If I can't see, I can't do anything. I have the cleaner for the glasses itself, and then I don't know about you, but I cannot go anywhere without a bag that has all the accessories that are travel items. In here, this is for self-care, and I have hand lotion. You always need hand lotion. Fingernails and hands gotta look good. You know, people take pictures of us all the time. I carry a little 2-ounce container of one of my favorite colognes, which is Prada. I have hand sanitizer. Always carry hand sanitizer because you don't know who's touched the turntables, the CDJs. You just have no clue. Toothpaste and some lip balm, and self-care, very important. Along with that, this is not even a joke, I carry a little cholo comb with me all the time. I'm proud that at my age I still have some hair, so I take care of it. Very, very simple. That is all my self-care items. Right next to that, it's important, just in general, to always record what you're doing, how you're doing it, just to have some type of media that you record for yourself, maybe for historic purposes, and of course to post on all social channels. And I carry the DJI Pocket 3, absolutely amazing camera. Along with that, I have a business phone. This is strictly business. There's no Instagram, no Snapchat, no YouTube, nothing on this. Strictly business. Right below that is, or next to that is my business card holder. Business cards still go a long way. People who get a tangible, right? Like you get a business card and it's cool to just flip open, right? And just give someone a business card. They'll carry it, I guarantee it. We're gonna continue over on this end of it. I no longer use overhead headphones. I use in-ears. A lot of us are starting to use more in-ears. I'll explain why I use in-ears. A lot of the places where I play at either have really bad monitoring systems or they just cannot necessarily provide what you need to help you have a good night. So in-ears solve that problem for me, and it's been an absolutely godsend to be able to just monitor myself and use the master cue on a lot of the mixtures that I use. Shout out to Me Audio. They actually sponsor me. So these are my Me Audio. I forget the model number on these, but the reason why I like theirs is because they actually offer a monocord. So a lot of the times I see people using the stereo in-ears, and sometimes they'll pop one out. Well, sometimes it's pretty important to have both channels coming through. At least this has a mono sound cord, and I'm able to hear everything at its full potential, right? At its full sound. So it's kind of cool. So shout out to Me Audio. Next to that, I carry pens, highlighters, and markers all the time for notes. Again, whether you're doing, you know, you could be doing the club and all you need is maybe just one laptop and a couple of accessories. But for me, I am always prepared no matter what I'm doing. And part of that is being able to take notes and just, you know, like if I'm doing a wedding, I want to make sure I remember the groom's name, the bride's name, you know, just simple stuff like that makes a big difference. And of course, having pens, markers, and highlighters is a big important part. You'll see here just a couple of very simple accessories that make, again, a big difference is something like having backup batteries for microphones. Even some venues, it's hard to find the AV guy, right? The tech guy. And sometimes you might need a fresh pair of batteries, so I've got them. Now, for some of us old school cats who still use USBs on some of the older CDJs and you need that Serato control signal, I usually carry these two jump drives. And these two jump drives I've had for a long time. They do have the Serato signal on each one of these. Plus, I have a couple of mixes with no drops, one for every decade for the most part. I have like an 80s mix in here, 90s mix, top 40, and a club mix. And then in addition to that, I have a couple of Serato crates So no matter what happens, if my laptop just takes a dump and it's a bad day, I can always plug in and at least, you know, take over for a good solid hour with good music. And those are my Serato crates. In addition to that, I do bring my own microphone. This is a portable wireless mic that can search different frequencies. And the cool thing about these is that you can just plug and play to the back of any mixer. It comes with the adapter, and this brand specifically is Phenyx Pro. That's never let me down, knock on wood. And it actually comes, this setup comes with 2 microphones, but of course I don't want to carry 2 mics, I just carry 1. And I always have at least my microphone. No matter what happens, I will always be able to rock the party and shout people out. Right next to that mic is the, if all things just hit the wall and all hell breaks loose, I have a backup to the backup to the backup of the backup of all the cords. And this includes iPhone cord, USB-C to USB-C, USB-A to USB-C. I even have Serato Signal CDs for some of the older CDJs. And I even carry extra antennas for microphones. Call me crazy, call me wild, but you will never have to be worried about me bringing, or not having enough equipment to make sure that I rock a party. Nowadays, it is very important that you have both USB-C and USB-C, or USB-C to USB-A and vice versa. And I will move on to this little USB flash drive. The reason why it's this one in particular that I carry is because it's double-sided. One side is USB-A and the other side is USB-C. And these days, not everybody has a laptop that, now has USB-A anymore with it. And I'll talk about my 2 laptops, but this one in particular, I know that sometimes I have to transfer a quick file. I have to go out and get a specific YouTube rip. I don't even want to use that phrase, but sometimes you have to rip something really quick from an older laptop and then bring it onto your actual Serato laptop, and that may have USB-A, and then my actual Serato laptop has USB-C. So this comes in handy, and I absolutely suggest this. This is an ass saver. You guys got to go get this one. That one's from SanDisk, but multiple companies make that. I'll move on this end of it. I have 2 chargers. This first charger that's in here is strictly for the laptop. It is 100 watt. And then the one next to it is for both laptop and for one iPhone port. So I carry 2 of them in addition to the Apple issued power supply that you actually get, right? The formal one. One thing you notice about myself is that I went on Amazon and I ended up buying these little black, they're actually like makeup bags. But since they're see-through, you can, be readily, or just be ready and prepared to pull out whatever you need exactly when you, right? Because you can see through them and you can go out and grab whatever you want. I can see that these are markers and pads. This is my earpiece. Again, my self-care items, my chargers. So it's very easy to go out and grab whatever you want. And they look nice, they look neat. It's just, presentation is a part of everything that we do. I talked about this briefly, but this goes in my secret magnetic pocket in my backpack, and these are my notes. And I carry a notepad and a pen with me all the time, because even sometimes you're rocking the party and look, I might be DJing right before DJ DeVille, and I'll be like, yo, I don't want to play this because this is the DeVille edit. And like, I'll literally sit there and write notes of what stuff not to do or to do. So always take notes. Next to that is, this is what I call pretty much my everyday, because now everybody uses CDJ 3000s for the most part. I know a lot of people still have the 2000s, but this is my HID set. And this contains USB-C hub and 3 USB cables that will connect the mixer and the 2 CDJs. And this always, no matter what, will travel with me because it's what the standard is these days, especially in Vegas for clubs. As far as laptops, I always carry 2. And this is my main one. This is the M2 MacBook Pro. This is my baby. I don't really do anything internet-wise on this one. This is strictly for music and Serato. This one is my M1 MacBook Air. And you guys can see this one I've had since 2020. This is essentially my backup, but I do all my dirty work on my M1 Air. That's where I can go get a YouTube rip if I need to at the last minute, or I can convert music, I can download something, I can just essentially get all the hard work done on this one, and then easily, since I'm in the Apple ecosystem, I can just airdrop to myself very quickly, especially if it's in case of emergency and I need to get whatever content, music, video, anything of that sort. But for the most part, this is what I carry. The weight, I wish I knew what the weight was on this bag. I wish I really knew, because my back hurts half the time that I walk with this. And this is my first bag. This is my main bag. This is my DJ gig bag, my everyday gig bag. So no matter how big or small the gig is, this is what I'm taking. I will always be prepared. Okay, so I have the opportunity to show you guys 2 bags. And the reason why this one is so critical to me, important, and a little bit more intimate is because, as you know, I am the DJ for the Raiders here in Las Vegas, and this is my Raider bag. And by the way, this one only gets used 10 times a year because we only have 10 home games. So with that being said, it is a Toomey backpack. This is straight black. It matches the colors, and this thing is a beast. It can handle so much weight, and I'll show you why. So we're gonna start off. These are all the essentials for game day, for whenever there is a Raider game here at Allegiant Stadium. And I always have to make sure that I'm covered in absolutely every angle, whether it's laptop, equipment, gear, and a lot of the personal items that we're gonna talk about too, self-care. But I'm going to start with my laptops, my essential laptops. I do have scoot this over to the side. This is the M2 MacBook Pro. It's the 14-inch, and it is a beast. It has 1 terabyte of space and 16 gigs of RAM. My backup, because you never want to go down when you're playing music in a stadium for 65,000 people. My backup is this. This is the M1 MacBook Air, and it has an exact replica of all the files that I have on my laptop. And that's probably another episode, by the way. Shout out to DJ DeVille. We're gonna have to talk about that off air, because I have a very particular library for game day. And very importantly is my ultimate backup, and that is my iPad Pro 10.5. And I'm just going to open this up, and I'll show you why it's so important, because if anything ever happened, I have a sampler here, and in my opinion, it is the best sampler that is available for iPads for anyone who wants to do maybe sporting events, or just even if you're like on Twitch. And we'll make sure we post that on the info below. But check this out. If the Raiders score, I can hit you with a little dart saber, or the touchdown song. So you guys see the sampler. This has a ton of ass-saving songs that I would need for a game if I ever needed to swap laptops in between the game itself. So those are the 3 essential items for music playback. Of course, I have the charger for it. More techie stuff. I use a mouse. I'm a little bit quicker with the mouse than I am with the regular trackpad on these laptops. So the mouse really saves my butt. This is just a cheap Amazon mouse that was like 12 bucks, and it's essential. For game day, I take a ton of notes, a ton. So you can see I have multiple highlighters, pens, even pencils, and I carry a notepad. This one just has like some of the songs that I will not want to miss during the game. So like, for example, in here I have songs for defense, songs for fans, some songs for big offensive moments. So I take notes during the whole game as well. I'll scoot over to this. This, you're probably wondering, what the hell is that? Well, this is actually a stand. And in this stand, I put in my script for game day. We have about a 28-page script for every single Raiders game. So from the moment that the gates open to the last song of the game, a lot of it is already written down, and we have a good idea of what's going to happen throughout the game when it comes to entertainment. So I carry this stand. I've mentioned this before. This is my mono-summed in-ears by Me Audio. Makes a big difference for me because when I'm DJing at the stadium, I'm in my own isolated booth. So I have to essentially mix through the master queue. And what people don't realize is that I'm not mixing, or I can't just mix with over the headphones, because I have to use, for queuing songs on my right ear, I use the in-ears, and on my left ear, I use the headphones that they provide. So we have internal staff communication, the comms. So that's why I use these, and it's amazing. This right here, is difficult to see, but this is a clear bag and it says SRT. I have, for the stadium, I use a very specific unit. It is the Pioneer SRT 1000. And the reason why I use that unit is because it works for me with all of the things that I plug into it, but I also have a skin on it with the Raiders logo. And these are all the essentials for the SRT. Unfortunately, that unit has its very custom power supply for it. I know some of the newer units have USB-C, but I carry extra power supplies for even the Serato unit itself for the SRT. And in here I have all the connections, which include USB and power. I also have an auxiliary cord, which is 3.5mm to RCA. So all those essentials for the SRT are in this bag. The second bag has everything that I just mentioned here times 2. So I take 3 of everything. So it's in here, it's just nicely tight and fitted in here. If you own a laptop that has USB-C, don't be left in the dust when you are trying to transfer files. Make sure that you always have an adapter. This is a good dongle that I carry. Some extras. I have the cord for one of my iPhones, and then I have the USB-A to USB-C. And I've already mentioned this, and nothing's more important on game day than making sure that your tummy and your head are okay. So I carry Pepto and ibuprofen, and of course I wear glasses, so I have glass cleaner. And that is game day accessories and all the things that are essential for, again, a Raider game at Allegiant Stadium.
I gotta ask you.
Yes.
I carry snacks. Why don't you carry snacks?
Thank you, DJ DeVille, for bringing that up. The reason why I don't carry snacks is because when I do game day, believe it or not, the games are most football games begin at 1 p.m., 1:05, 1:15. They fluctuate between those 15 minutes. I have to be at the stadium since 5 in the morning because I have to be there to prepare, to be able to just do music playback for the Raiderettes, do music playback for halftime show, for anything that takes place again. So what we do is we kind of go through the script, and now you see what I'm talking about. I'm there at 5 a.m. The game starts at 1. I don't want to eat something and then suddenly once the gates open and the game starts and my tummy starts to go, uh-oh, I think you had some bad breakfast today. So I just like to avoid all that stuff. So I don't eat when I do game day. And that's the reason why I carry Pepto and ibuprofen and glass cleaners for my glasses. But great question from DJ DeVille. I do not eat on game day just to make sure that I'm good and safe and ready to go and execute. And that is my game day bag. So thank you once again for spending some time with me and checking out what's in my bag. In my case, my 2 bags, my Raider game day bag and DJ gig bag. Please follow me on all social media outlets, but most importantly on Instagram. That's kind of where I hang out, at DJ CO1. Also, very importantly, if you want to hear a good mix, a good throwback mix, go to mixcloud.com/throwbacks for Throwback Radio. You can find it there and on YouTube. All the info is right below. Shout out to the Club Killers crew. And again, amazing, amazing time with all of you. I'll catch you on the next one.